Hello and welcome to the QVS AP Human Geography course. My name is Mrs. Sedmak and I wanted to take the opportunity today to introduce myself and to show you around the course page, get you started in Essential Unit 1 so that you can be successful in the class this year. As I said, my name is Mrs. Sedmak. Currently, I am living in Benin in West Africa. We have a QSI school here. I am originally from the United States, Cleveland, Ohio, and I've been living in many different places around the world over the past 20 years. So even though Cleveland is my home, my heart is in lots of different places. I welcome you to the class this year. It is AP Human Geography. I hope your goal is to take the AP exam in May. My job is to prepare you for that exam so that you have a lot of success and hopefully you earn a 5. In doing so, you will have to take it upon yourself to be responsible. It is an online course and I am very far away. But don't let that distance be a barrier. I'm happy to work with you and help you at any time that you have a question. In fact, right now I'm going to take you to the course page and show you around and explain to you how to get started today in the first mock exam that you will take. Yes, I am going to give you a test today, but never fear. If you don't do well, it's okay. The whole rationale behind you taking a mock exam on the first day is just for you to get a sense of what the AP exam will look like, because I believe that for you to be successful on a test, you should be familiar with the structure of the test. And outside of that, I'll introduce you to the first essential unit so that you can go ahead and move forward and get off to a good start today. So let's go to the course page and learn more about the class with a little tour around. So when you log into Canvas on your dashboard, you should have the AP Human Geography class. If I go ahead and scroll down, you can read about the course here, and then some important features of the class are here in these course navigation tools. I'm going to take you through each of them, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them because I want to get into the more important part, which is the first module, but I encourage you to spend a little bit more time. So if you go here to the syllabus, you can see how the course will be outlined throughout the course of this school year. Here's my contact information, some information about the prerequisites, my grading policy, how to earn an A, how to earn a B, some of the different types of activities that you'll come across within the context of the Canvas course page, how you will progress through the units, and then here is the course content along with a tentative course schedule. We spend about 4 weeks on each unit. There are 7 essential units, which means within the context of the year, you will have to do at least 3 selective units. And these links will give you descriptions of each of those units if you want to learn more. I'll speak more particularly to Essential Unit 1, which is called Thinking Geographically within this video. Okay, so let's go back home. After the syllabus, if you want to learn a little bit more about me, here's more information about me, a little video here. You're welcome to watch that. You'll learn about me this year as you interact with me in the class, but there's some information there as well. Here is the pacing chart. So this will be a calendar from how we'll move from unit to unit. So these dates are very important. Please note they change from year to year, but this is for our school year right now. So pay attention to the pacing chart. There's also a little calendar here off to the side, so you'll see important dates pop up from time to time on your Canvas page when Unit 1 opens, September early September, and when it closes, that will pop up as that date appears. If you ever have a question or problem on the Canvas page, you can click here and our people in tech support will help you. You'll send an email to them and hopefully they will get back to you fairly quickly. Here is my grading policy. This is really important if you need to know how to earn an A or a B. The end of the unit rubric here is, and I want to point out one important feature. One of the biggest distinguishing factors between an A and a B is that end of unit assessment, the AP type assessment. And you can see the threshold for how many points you have to earn for a B level and how many points you have to earn for A level. So notice like this AP type assessment must be one of the 4 A level activities that you do achieve in order to get an A for the unit. So that's the grading policy and unit rubrics. That'll make more sense to you as you actually get into the different modules as we approach the end. Here you'll see announcements like this one from week to week. For the course textbook, there is a link here. It is a self-contained class, so you really don't need any resources from your school. You can download this. In fact, I would advise you to download it so that if you ever have a time where you don't have internet access, at least you have your textbook. And we'll go back. There's lots of other resources that we will use, links to them here. In fact, one of the most important features right here is to join my AP class. In fact, if you plan on taking the AP exam, you must be enrolled with this join code. So make sure that you do that, and I will explain that a little bit in further detail in future videos after I see whether or not people have joined. And then after you go through each of these different tabs, this is where you want to click in order to begin. Okay, here are all of the modules for all of the essential and selective units that you will be expected to do this school year. Okay, so you can see them all there. Not many of them are available to you right now. There are prerequisites and dates for each of them. But what you can do is you can open this one that's called an Introduction to AP Human Geography. And on your first day here, like I said, you're going to take a test. But I also want you to introduce yourself in teams. So there is a Teams class. You should see it on your Teams dashboard. And send me a message, introduce yourself to the rest of the class. We got lots of other students in the class taking the course, so it should be interesting and fun this year. And after you introduce yourself in Teams, then go ahead and take this mock exam. Don't worry, it's a shortened version of the real exam. It's not going to take you that long. You can see that there's only 26 points right here. But what I have done is I've included the 2 different types of questions that you will come across on the AP exam. It has a section on multiple choice and a section called free response or FRQ questions. This shortened version, just to kind of give you a taste of it, has about, I think it's like 15 multiple choice questions and then a couple free response questions for you to answer. And don't worry if you don't know the answers. This is not the distinguishing factor on whether you'll get an A or a B. But again, it's just to give you a sense of what you're up against this year in order to master this AP exam that you'll take in May. After you take this mock exam and I grade it, then Essential Unit 1 will be open for you. Essential Unit 1 is going to run for 4 weeks. You have lots of time for this unit. If you click here, you'll be able to view a overview for the unit. There's even a little video here that kind of gives you a broad overview. Mr. Sin is like the John Green of AP Human Geography, if you are familiar with Crash Course. So I have a Mr. Sin video here that explains to you what it means thinking geographically. And I would suggest that you watch this to get this broad overview and then go ahead and go back to the module so that you can get started. Unit resources, here are the TSWs for the unit. Here is the textbook reading. I do collect notes at the end of the unit. It is one of the required features. I have a note-taking tool available for you. You can use it. You don't have to, but you do have to adopt a note-taking style. Maybe you already have one of your own, but if you don't, I do suggest this SQ3R form. It's a real neat, organized way of taking notes, and I have it outlined for Chapter 1, which is called An Introduction to Human Geography. So essentially what we're going to be doing in Unit 1, Thinking Geographically, is we're going to learn about maps and how geographers have developed maps over time, how features are distributed or dispersed on maps, how populations are concentrated, different features of maps. We'll take a look at map projections and what are some of the problems and challenges with them. We will take a look at a big debate in geography, and that's the debate between determinism and possibilism. I'll kind of speak more toward that next week because that is in week 2. But essentially, you'll be learning about maps and how geographers use them to draw conclusions about the world and even learn about why different things have happened at different points in time based on how features are situated around the world. In week 1, you'll be doing topics 1.1 and 1.2, okay? There are some daily videos for you to watch. In order for you to watch them, you will have to go to the My AP course page, but the links for them are here. Topic 1.1 is called An Introduction to Maps, and you can see I even have a little module here. This is called a SCORM package. And I want to emphasize the importance of your success in the SCORM packages because they do present to you the different subtopics within these AP topics. Make sure that you interact with the SCORM, and at the end of each SCORM package, it's very important that you type in your name and click on the button that says Email SCORM Report so that your information is sent to me and then I can put a grade in the grade book. So there's a couple SCORMs in week 1. The second one is on map projections, and then you'll learn about comparing map projections and how features are spatially represented on maps. And then in topic 1.2, we'll get into geographic data. I'm going to engage you in a selective unit here. It's called Geography Through Film. In fact, I'll be doing this selective unit concurrently with all of the essential units throughout the year. Each essential unit, you'll watch a film, and that will give you credit toward a selective unit. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I will explain it more as we go. But this one is really great because it tells you how geography is used today in order to make decisions about how our world is arranged. Why stores are located where they are, why residential areas are zoned the way they are, and so much more. It's a fabulous film. It comes in 5 different parts. Watch it, and there's a worksheet there for you to gather information from the film that kind of is in line with the different themes in AP Human Geography. And then we end up the week with some ArcGIS mapping. This is a cool website that allows you to use different layers on a digital map program to learn how geographers create maps. So I kind of walk you through it step by step, making an ArcGIS account, and then you're going to make a map of where you are today so that I can learn a little bit about the QSI location that you are working from. So in a nutshell, that is the beginning of Essential Unit 1 and how you're going to be successful in this first week. And my name is Mrs. Sedmak. Welcome once again to the class. Introduce yourself on Teams so that I can learn a little bit more about you. And please never be afraid to contact me. I am more than happy to help. and even in a video call if you have questions about the course. So good luck. I look forward to working with you this year.